Somebody who can really talk about here is Mr. Ali Naseer sir, who is the CBO of Jazz. He's going to talk about what mobile phone does for us.
Assalamu alaikum ji. Ikram Sahab, distinguished guests, leadership of VRG, thank you so much for inviting myself and Jazz today to be a part of this function. This is not just a commercial offering. I think this is a big service to Pakistan. And as you've seen through some of the stats that Salman has shared and the journey that Kabir has talked about, this is a big milestone in that journey. I'm not going to bore you with stats. I think Salman's done a great job of that. But let me just say that the number that only 21% of the population is banked, and the fact that the number of women are less than half, is hugely problematic. Not only is it a fundamental right for every Pakistani, every human being for that matter, to be part of this financial system, but I can assure you it's holding Pakistan back. It's holding Pakistan back in its progress, and it's something that needs to be done. The sad part is that this is not rocket science. This is happening all over the world. Dr. Bakai talked about the NFIS, the National Financial Inclusion Strategy, that was put out in 2015. But sadly, due to the political uncertainty and the economic turmoil that we've been experiencing, a lot of what is in that document still remains to be implemented. However, I think the last few years, and we've got two protagonists, Dr. Raza and Simi Kamil on stage, who've been very, very supportive of moving this digital agenda forward. Rast, I think, has been a spectacular success, and Asaan Mobile Account, and I'll talk a bit more about that later, is a step in the right direction. As I said, this is not rocket science. Kabir's talked about a different dimension of not every person is going to be owning a smartphone, not every person is going to be going to a bricks and mortar bank, not every person is going to be just using an SSD. I think the objective should be that we should have enough variety and diversity in our financial instruments that they can appeal to every Pakistani. And AMA is a significant step forward, especially for the Aadmi, because of its use, its ease, its convenience. I'll share a very personal anecdote, Ikram Sahab, if you permit. When Ikram Sahab first approached and VRG approached the telcos, Jazz Cash still is and was then the largest mobile wallet. And I remember after the first meeting, I sat down with my team and I said, here's the VRG proposition. तो इसके बारे में क्या करना है? So the consensus immediately, and it took about a minute and a half, said, नहीं जी, इनको नहीं आने देना. We're the largest wallet, हम क्यों इनको आने दें? And I think that sentiment is also echoed in a lot of places in Pakistan, where people look at very immediate concerns without looking at the larger picture. So Jazz got over its initial hesitation, and we're very proud to be the first telco that partnered with Ikram Saab and VRG. And I think the results are spectacular. If I'm not mistaken, Salman, Jazz is the largest component in the VRG percentage, right? Yes. So the moral of the story, and what I want to reiterate, ladies and gentlemen, is that Pakistan mein potential bahut hai. The chairman PTA talked about the fact that we've got 89% phone penetration, but smartphone penetration is still 40%. And abhi aapne dekha, the network was down because of floods and bijli and pani. These things will keep on happening. But we have to find technological solutions to that, and we have to find solutions like the Asaan Mobile Account. Let me just say in the end that this is a labor of love. I think Salman alluded to it. There were numerous times where I met up with the VRG leadership to try and understand why we were not making the progress we were making. And honestly, lesser men and women, Ikram Sahab, would have fallen by the wayside. So credit to you that you remained steadfast and pushed it through. Very glad to be on stage to see the commercial launch of Asaan Mobile Account, and I'm convinced that this will be a significant partner in Pakistan's progress. Thank you.